is happening, y'all? Welcome on back. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're going to be trying out Phone Echo 2. Looks... Alright. It's going to be hard for me to see chat because I have headset on. Let's see. Metal turning. Can we turn up graphics? Guess not.
Morning, sunshine. And how are we feeling today?
You are the only person who calls me Jack.
Was that your way of saying you're going to miss me?
I have a visual on the anomaly. It seems to be growing more unstable.
My God! Incoming, Jack!
Olivia, everything is going to be fine. Are you injured?
What the hell is this?
I'm called Apollo. I mean you no harm. Ready to execute FTL job.
Here we go! Where are we?
Talk to me, Juno.
His digital cortex is showing minimal synapse activity.
Jack? I think he can hear me.
I wish you had told me sooner that you were trying to repair him. I might have been more of a help.
Just keep the connection stable.
Did it crash? We'll give it a few seconds. I think it might have crashed. Nope, we're...
There, you see? Now here's a sight for sore eyes. Good morning, sunshine. How are we feeling?
I don't know, Captain.
Oh, Juno.
The unit appears disoriented.
Yeah, time traveling 400 years into the future will do that to you.
Are you certain he's fully functional?
Go on, Jack. Tell her you're all right.
I don't know how, bro.
Jack? Right. Okay. I can fix this. Juno, see if you can pull up Jack's calibration program.
I should be able to repurpose his existing calibration modules to suit our current needs.
It's all right, Jack. Just need to put you through your paces a bit. Sit tight. I'll be here when you get back.
Module D-221. Manual dexterity. Greetings. We have not yet been formally introduced. I'm Juno, a multifunctional, fully transient artificial intelligence. I have been assigned as your caretaker. Seeing as how your previous AI adjutant is unavailable, I will guide you through these calibrations. First, close your hand to form a fist. Now extend your index finger. Good. To proceed, use your index finger to press the hollow button in front of you. Reach out and grab the disc. Good. When you are ready, throw the disc through the goal. Calibration module complete. Please stand by. Module M101. Basic motor functions. you can grip and pull to move around your environment. This labor unit will guide you through the module. Please follow it through the module.
Ooh. Already ahead of you, bruh.
Take your time and follow the guide. There's no need to rush. Calibration module complete. Please stand by. Module M205. Maneuvering thrusters. Your hands are equipped with maneuvering thrusters, allowing you to move without grabbing objects. Activate your left thruster. Activate your right thruster. Good. Now use your thrusters to reach the door ahead. Remember to aim your wrist in the direction you want to move before you engage your thruster. Your thrusters can be used in short bursts or held down for continuous usage. Press the hollow button near the door to proceed. Now fly to the other end of the tunnel using only your thrusters. Be careful not to touch any surfaces as you move through the tunnel. Thruster calibration at 50%. Remember, you can move faster by pointing both your wrists in the direction you want to go, and then engaging both thrusters. Calibration module complete. Please stand by. Module C-111, Communications. We will now calibrate your communication system. When someone speaks to you, a reply notification may appear above your wrist. You may then respond by holding down the dialogue button on either hand and selecting a reply with your index finger. Hold down the dialogue button now. Input confirmed. Now, continue holding down the dialogue button and use your finger to select a reply.
Like this.
Correct. Vocal selection confirmed. Often you will have a limited time to reply. In these cases, silence is also a valid option. Do you understand?
How long do I have to reply?
Most of the time, you will have 10 seconds to reply, but this time may vary under special circumstances. You can also initiate conversations at points of interest throughout your environment. If you look at certain people or objects while you are close to them, their name will appear. Additionally, if they are suitable for dialogue, their name will appear in blue and feature a speech bubble icon. You may then hold down the dialogue button and select an option, just like a reply. When you're ready, speak about the Fury transport model in this room and start a conversation with the labor unit.
A Mark I Fury transport. 1/48th scale.
Indeed. Though no longer in production, my understanding is these vessels remained in service for quite some time. I imagine you and Captain Rhodes use them frequently in your service aboard the Kronos II?
We did, yes.
I see.
Labor unit, what is your primary directive?
Error code 13.
Oh, my apologies. It would appear that not all of your calibration program has been recovered. One moment. My directive is to perform labor aboard the Kronos II orbital mining platform.
Your interpretation of a Series 8 labor unit was unconvincing.
Apologies. Without sufficient data on the Series 8 vocalization profile, I did not attempt to replicate it. Nonetheless, we will consider that to have been a conversation. I believe with that, your communication system is fully calibrated. Are you ready to leave the module?
I am ready to proceed.
Acknowledged. Please stand by.
There we are. Everything in working order. I'd say it's high time we got you out of there.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable letting a half-tested android loose in the habitat.
What was that?
Just a minor fluctuation in the power grid. Not to worry.
That's the 4th time just this morning.
I assure you, Captain, it's nothing to be concerned about. I'll be right back.
And there she goes. Come on, let's get you out of that contraption. There we are. Come on out. Try and take it slow. You've been offline for nearly 4 months. How does that feel?
I'm a little stiff. You may have left out a part or two.
Wait, really? Can you tell me which ones? I'll try and... Hold on. You're just messing with me, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Well, I'm glad your sense of humor's still intact. Okay, so physically you seem to be in order. But I know you've probably got a few questions.
I could do with some catching up, yes.
You bet. Ask me whatever you like. Or, if you'd rather, I can give you a quick tour of our new home. Whatever you want to do.
A moment, what?
I could use a moment if that's all right.
By all means. Take all the time you need. Just give us a shout when you're ready to go.
Are these scorch marks a result of my breakdown?
Let's say yes.
I'm getting the impression there's more to this story.
Well, I mean, while I was trying to fix you, I may have accidentally set you on fire.
I beg your pardon?
It only happened once. No. Wait. Twice. But you're here now, so it's fine.
What happened to me?
Truth be told, I'm not sure. We were on the Estrella, still trying to wrap our heads around the fact we'd just, time traveled, when you started crashing. One system at a time. I barely managed to save your core memory. Luckily, kept you alive long enough for me to work out how to fix you.
Oop, wrong button.
Thank you, Liv.
Please. You saved my life how many times? The very least I could do was return the favor.
At least you can still monitor your swear count.
Well, sort of. That thing's not quite right anymore.
How so?
Ever since I got it back, it's been counting words that aren't even curses.
Must be an error in its vocal processing algorithms.
See what I mean?
How peculiar. Where does this door lead?
Oh, that's just another part of the workshop. I'm not allowed in there anymore.
Why not?
Well, I may have set it on fire.
I beg your pardon.
Well, it's not like I did it on purpose.
Well, I would certainly hope not.
Oh, be quiet. It's a lot to take in. I know. Jesus, I've been here nearly 4 months and still haven't managed to wrap my head around it all. Honestly, right now, I'm just glad to have you back.
Thanks for waiting.
Not a problem. Shall we? Ah, perfect. I swear sometimes it feels like this place is just a hair's breadth from falling to pieces. Huh. That usually works.
Where exactly are we?
We're on a space station orbiting Saturn.
That sounds familiar.
Well, not our old station, obviously.
After we made our jump to the future, we were picked up off the Astraea and brought here and placed in isolation.
Isolation?
Juno says it's standard procedure.
As if there is such a thing for time travel.
Ah, there we go.
Honestly,
I wish I knew more about this place, but Juno's not exactly been forthcoming with the details. Hey, maybe now that I've got you back, we can work on getting some answers.
There's no one else here?
Clearly there used to be, but I've not seen another soul since we arrived. I assume they were let loose. And here we have the luxury suite. It's a far cry from my old room on the Kronos, but I think I've managed to spruce it up a bit. What do you think?
You appear to be settling in well enough.
Not much choice, really. I mean, it's not as though we can just hop a charter back to the 22nd century. Juno's let me co-opt a few cargo drones to dig through what's left of the Kronos.
The Kronos II is still out there.
I mean, I can't be sure, but yeah. I think there are at least 1 or 2 sections that managed to stay in orbit after all these years. Plus there was quite a bit of debris that got pulled into the future with us. And it's a good thing, too. Otherwise I'd never have found all the parts I needed to fix you.
This poster is from our time.
yeah. They had the same series posted all around my school at New Delphi. Someone here must have really been into vintage.
I gave this to you back on the Kronos.
That was what? Our first week together?
It was, yes. When I found it in the cargo bay, I thought it seemed like something a person of your geological expertise might appreciate. I'll admit, I never expected you to keep it as long as you have.
It was my first week on a new station. Farther out than I'd ever been. I guess it just made me feel a little more at home.
Did you ever hike the Valles Marineris during your time at the Academy?
I've done it. Well, at least part of it.
Part?
Well, with the way gravity behaves on Mars, you can fall a considerable distance unharmed. So my classmates and I started playing this game of how far can you fall?
That does not sound very safe.
Oh, it wasn't.
What happened?
Short version? I was the one who found out how far was too far. I was the youngest in the group.
Where was
Trying
Lone
to
Echo?
impress the others. And it's
Lone
not
Echo.
like I'd had a whole lot of experience with gravity. Anyway, next thing I know, I'm being shipped back to the academy with a fractured ankle. Not my finest hour.
I don't have my chat in this game since it's not running on Steam VR. I've got to yank my headset off just to.
I don't think I've ever been more relieved to see you.
Gotta take my headset off to see
Anything more you want to know,
chat.
just ask and I'll do my best to answer. And whenever you're ready, we can move on.
What happened to all the duct tape on your suit?
What do you think is holding your shell together right now?
You're joking, right?
Of course I'm joking. I would never use duct tape to fix you. Not that I couldn't, mind you.
Don't get any ideas. Your bulldog statue. Quite impressive it's survived all this time.
Hey, we British are just stubborn that way. Can't keep us down.
So I've noticed. It seems the Hab's previous occupants were very well educated.
I know, I noticed that too. Quite a bit of brain power on this station.
I expect you would fit in quite well here.
After I've caught up on about 4 centuries worth of research journals, maybe.
It doesn't seem like that would be much of a problem for you.
You kidding? I'm looking forward to it.
Whoever was here before, they appear to have left without taking their belongings.
Could be they had to leave them behind. Part of the isolation procedure.
Do you still want to visit Earth?
I don't know.
You changed your mind.
I don't know. It's just... I wanted to see the Earth my parents knew before they...
Well, before their life in space.
Who knows what it looks like now? I think I might have missed my window.
Collecting toys.
Oh, that was here when I moved in.
I did
You
beat
have
the
to admit,
first
though,
Lone
it does help
Echo.
liven up the place.
Yes, I think it does.
Are you just saying that to make me feel better?
No, I genuinely think it adds to the decorum.
Wow. From mining android to interior decorator. I think you're growing.
Ready to move on?
Oh,
Could I have a moment?
By all means. Take your time. Whenever you're ready, just say the word. Oh, moving on, are we? The common room's just through here.
You once mentioned visiting the orbital station above Jupiter.
Yeah, it was just a short stopover on my way out to the Kronos. It's hard to comprehend just how massive Jupiter really is. Even more impressive with the storms. Just these constant churning waves. It was mesmerizing.
Would you ever consider sailing the seas of Europa?
Maybe. Why? Is that an invitation?
I suppose it could be.
Try and contain your enthusiasm.
Oh, apologies. I
I'm
didn't...
just messing with you.
Ah. Now I'm confused. Are we going or not?
Oh, we're going. I want to see how Captain Jack fares on the high seas. Of course, that's assuming we ever make it home. Or at least off this station.
The glaciers on Ganymede are not actually burning.
Yeah, that's just a marketing scheme.
What do you mean?
They're just hyping up the color of the ice. Those posters tend to bend the truth a bit. For instance, they boast Ganymede has the best ski resort on all of Jupiter's moons.
But isn't it the only resort on Jupiter's moons?
Exactly. Well, this is it. Our new home. Such as it is.
Captain Rhodes?
Ah, Juno. There you are. We were beginning to worry.
Somehow I doubt that. I thought you'd like to know. We have another cargo drone inbound.
How long?
A few minutes, maybe more.
Ah, perfect. So we have some time then.
If you'd like, Jack, go on and have a look around.
This looks familiar.
I know, right? Shame we're missing the goal. We could go a few rounds. How many hours did we burn playing that stupid game?
$2,347, approximately.
Jack,
That is together, of course, not counting all the time you had to spend practicing.
rhetorical question, Jack.
One of Apollo's AI cores?
Do you remember when the Astrea first arrived and I thought it was an alien ship?
But it wasn't. It was a human ship from the future. This future.
Right, but here's the thing. I've been on this station for a while and I can find nothing, not a single piece of tech, compatible with this core. Almost as if it doesn't belong here.
That is odd.
That's far from the only mystery I'm trying to suss out at the moment. And since we know Juno is not going to be of any help...
I wish I could assist you, Captain, but I'm afraid my directives forbid me from doing so.
See what I mean? So, it's up to us to go digging round for answers on our own. And here is where I'd like to start.
A holotable.
Much like the one we had back home on the Kronos, apart from one small difference.
Which is?
It doesn't work. The display emitter's shot. If we can replace the emitter, get this thing working, we might be able to access the facility's mainframe.
I suppose you've already tried hitting it.
Many, many times. Not to worry. I've got a friend looking out for a spare emitter.
A friend?
He'll be along shortly with one of the cargo drones.
Captain Rhodes, speaking of the cargo drone.
Is it on approach?
It is, yes. We'll need you to open the outer door, so the cargo drone can dock with the HAL.
Jack? Would you mind terribly?
Is there any particular rush?
Not at all. Take your time. The drone isn't going anywhere. Just let me know when you want to get started.
Damn it. I'm looking at that and I'm not getting dialogue.
I see you found some duct tape. Is this also from the Kronos?
Apparently, it not only fixes everything, but will also survive anything.
Just like us.
Okay, well, now I've got to find some wood to knock on.
This is an impressive greenhouse.
I know, right? Whenever I was feeling a bit depressed, I found going down there was a surefire way to cheer me up.
Is your mental health still compromised? I could run a battery of tests. On a scale of 1 to...
No.
I'm fine, Jack. Really. With you back online, I'm good. I promise.
I would venture this bobblehead is now considered an antique.
Well, technically, so are we. And I gotta say, I look pretty good for being 446 years old.
You do realize that's not your true age.
I'm sorry, what year was I born?
2091.
And what year is it now?
Based on your assertion, 2537.
Right. Which means I was born...
446 years ago. But
No, no. No buts. Let me have this.
that's not actually how it works.
Shh, shh, shh. Respect your elders, Jack.
One of the toy dinosaurs from the Kronos Bridge.
I know. Of all the silly things to find its way to the future.
You don't want to keep it?
Suppose it is a nice reminder of home. Something I imagine will be in short supply from here on.
A scale model of a cargo drone. 1/24th scale. An impressively accurate rendering, by all standards. What about Apollo? Where is he?
I tried to get him to come with us. Stubborn bastard refused to abandon the Astraea.
Said it was his duty to protect the ship, even if that meant going down along with it.
He gave me that AI core when you started breaking down. Helped me keep your memory intact. If he hadn't done that, you'd...
I tried to get him to come with us.
I must admit, I'm a little surprised you've remained in isolation for this long.
Well, I wasn't about to go anywhere without you, was I?
I understand, but
Oh, come off it, Jack. You've done the same for me.
you really don't know what happened to me.
Not for certain. Though my current running theory is that your shell tried to self-destruct.
Self-destruct?
Well, I'm thinking it was some sort of latent security protocol, meant to fry all your systems in case you ever got cut off from the Kronos II's network. Atlas protecting their investment.
I was not aware of any such protocol.
Well, either way, reconstructing your shell seems to have removed that particular feature from your architecture. We've cut your strings, so to speak.
How exactly did we get here?
Believe me, I've been asking that same question for months now.
I meant, how did we get here? To this habitat?
Oh, right. Well... Do you remember the rescue shuttle?
Not really, no.
Well, that's all right.
Bound to be a few gaps in your memory archive. Basically, we were picked up by a rescue shuttle and brought here.
You're welcome, by the way.
Don't start, Juno.
You tricked us into thinking you were human.
It was just a bit of vocal modulation. Hearing a friendly voice made you more inclined to cooperate. I had to deceive you, to get you to trust me.
Makes perfect sense.
Well, it worked.
Ready when you are.
Excellent.
The controls are up here.
These are the controls.
Correct. This panel will open the outer door and allow the drone to enter. We need you to open the outer door. The controls are up here.
Outer door opening.
Thanks. I'm heading up.
Look.
There's the Astraea.
Well, what's left of it, anyway.
What happened to the fore section?
Must have broken off when we made the jump. Stayed in the past.
Don't suppose we'll ever manage to make it back.
Ah, here comes our little friend now. Look familiar?
No, Not really.
Must be a glitch in your memory archive. Maybe I did miss a few parts after all. This is popcorn.
It's been so long since I played the
About
first one,
time.
I really don't
I'm
remember.
starting to think you'd been lost.
You call him popcorn.
Well, it's certainly better than P09-CRN. Don't you think, Echo 1?
Fair point.
So, did you find an emitter? And it's going to work this time? Close enough. Alright, Jack, let's start pulling in the salvage.
Where do you need me?
There's a delivery chute along the wall to my left. It looks like a big tube sticking out of the wall.
Head over there, would you?
On my way.
Where in the hell's the... Oh.
I'll pull in the salvage. You scan and identify it.
Understood. Hello.
Well, come on. Let's let him out of there before he pops a circuit. Okay, we'll get you out in a moment. Looks like he's managed to pick up some radiation. You'll need to clean him up with a...
Best I can tell, that means thanks.
Yes, hello? So, the display emitter is inside? Ah, excellent. Let's finish sifting through the rest of the salvage.
Isn't this one of your old toy dinosaurs from the Kronos II?
You're right. That's Adam. Remarkable how many of those toy dinos survived.
Would you like to keep it?
Your call. I mean, we don't need it, but I suppose it could be nice to post it up on one of the consoles or something.
I suppose there's no harm in keeping him.
Not at all. He jumped 400 years, same as us. We time travelers have to stick together.
One of my upper extremities, or more accurately, what's left of it.
See? There you go, you found one. Now just repeat that a few hundred more times and you'll start to get an idea of what it took to patch you up. You're lucky the Kronos had so many backup shells.
There's certainly nothing wrong with a little redundancy.
You know, I think I've heard that before.
What should I do with this?
It's your hand, after all.
We may as well keep it. Perhaps it might prove useful.
Don't you mean it might come in handy?
Perhaps you've been in isolation a little too long.
No argument there. Let's just move on, shall we?
Is this the emitter?
Give it a scan and I'll confirm. That's it, Jack. Let's hope this one works.
Shall I run decontamination?
Yes, please. Nice work, Popcorn. All right. Now we're off to the races. Let's get that emitter down to the holo table. About time we got some answers. I'll meet you down there.
On my way.
Did you throw that on purpose?
Well, what the fuck?
Emitter installed.
I'll squeeze underneath and reset the circuit.
Right, just give me a tick. How's that? See anything up there?
I'm seeing an image, but it's glitching.
Alright, give me a moment. Bollocks. Okay, if I'm reading these schematics right, the only way we're going to sort this out is by doing a complete master reset. As you might expect, there's a number of steps involved. I'm going to need your help here. Okay, you should be seeing a keypad up there. In order to start the reset process, you'll need a specific command code. Try 0915?
Stand by. Confirmed. Code accepted. The system is requesting I use a slider to confirm. It is, however, locked.
Alright, I can unlock it, but this step requires a bit of coordination. I'll need to disconnect the circuit at the same time you confirm the reset.
On the count of 3.
Yes, on 3. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'll unlock it. 1, 2, 3.
So... how'd that work out?
I'm detecting an increased amount of hydrocarbon particles in our vicinity. Is something burning?
Oh, shit. Shit! Ow, that's hot! Okay, so we're gonna need another power coupling. Should be a replacement kicking around here somewhere. Think you could track it down for me?
Any idea where to start?
I'm sure there's a spare power coupling hanging around close by. You know where it is. Well, go on then.
I'm on it. Here you are.
Thanks, Jack. Just give me a sec. There. Power coupling installed. Give me some good news.
Sorry, Captain. I'm afraid it's a lost cause.
Hold on. No, it isn't. It worked. More or less.
More or less.
The image is somewhat distorted.
Well, that won't do.
Hang on. How's that? Better?
Yes, that rectified it.
Chiron Station Network Access Client. Habitat Alpha online. Mainframe connection established. Synchronizing control devices.
Liv, you're beeping.
personal user interface synchronized.
Well, that's helpful.
All right, let's see what we can dig up. Here we are. Habitat A.
Those icons. That must be us.
I was right. We're the only ones here.
Yes, well, this has all been terribly enlightening. Shall we move on?
Okay, so there's no one else in the hab. But what about the rest of the station? This is everything.
Affirmative. This image represents all of Chiron Station.
Right. Let's see who else is on board. Jack, you mind taking a look at the map while I keep searching on here?
Of course.
We've got some questions that need answering.
This part of the facility appears to be under construction.
You think there'd be someone around then?
No reading.
That's odd.
Not showing any occupants in the research wing either. Every branch of the station connects to this structure here, the transit hub. Still no signs of any crew, or anyone at all, really. The station's generator is deserted as well.
You see that readout? Running a little hot, wouldn't you say?
Indeed. That would explain the power fluctuations we've been experiencing.
Pretty good bet.
We're not receiving any signal from the other habitat.
That's not a good sign. If there was anyone left, the other habitat would be where I'd expect to find them.
There's no one. The station's deserted.
According to this, we're alone.
Juno, what the hell? Where's the crew?
Technically, I never said there was a crew on this station.
So we're alone here.
I didn't say that either.
Forget it. I'm not going round in circles with you again. There's got to be something else.
Captain Rhodes,
Juno, unless you're about to explain to me exactly what the hell's going on, I would keep quiet. Hang on. I think I might have hit upon something here. Looks like a priority message on a loop.
Priority alert. Containment protocols breached. Multiple branch sectors compromised. General evacuation order has been issued.
oh dear.
Evacuation order?
Proceed immediately to your designated lifeboats. Message will repeat in 1 minute.
All right, Juno. Start talking.
Captain Rhodes, I assure you, there is no need for concern. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh? What do you mean, uh-oh?
I think we need to evacuate.
What was that?
That was an electrical malfunction.
You mean one of those electrical malfunctions you told us not to worry about?
No. Okay, yes, but this is different.
Different how?
That last energy spike overloaded one of our substations. The hab's power grid is collapsing.
How do we stop it?
We can't. At least not from here.
So we're just supposed to sit here and do nothing?
Juno.
All right, listen carefully. I may only have a few moments before we lose contact. Jack, I'm unlocking your reactive cutter. There's an emergency release on the door leading out of here. You can use your cutter to gain access. You still have some time before the hab becomes unsafe. Make your way to the terminal. There should be a tram there that will take you to the...
Juno?
Juno, acknowledge. We've lost contact.
You know, I always thought I'd enjoy this moment a bit more.
Perhaps we should...
Get the hell out of here. Yeah. Still a lot of questions that need answering, and sticking around here is not going to help us.
Plus life support is failing.
Yeah, plus that. This must be the emergency release here. Behind this panel on the door.
I'll take a look. I should be able to cut through the bolts that secure the panel. Allow me to perform an in situ calibration.
Try activating your cutter. We need to verify it still works.
Cutter deployed. Cutter is functional.
Good. Now, let's cut off that panel.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mind giving it a go at that release handle?
Nice! That did it! Here, help me pull it open. You take that side. Jack, hold on. Before we go out there... Listen. That shell you're in now... That's the only one of you there is. If something happens to you out there, if you get shut down... That's it. You're... gone.
What about you? Without an EVA suit, you're considerably more vulnerable than I am.
Sure, but I'm used to it. It's not really something you've ever had to think about before. You'll be fine. Just try and remember what I said, okay?
All right, Liv.
Well, here we go.
At least emergency lighting still seems to be active.
Power's still up in this area.
I doubt that will last. We should keep moving.
The sign above the door says, to tram. That's where we're headed.
Hey,
Whoever built this
fucking
place-
pushing.
Initializing scan. Authorization denied. Initializing continue.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I mean, that did just probably shave a couple of years off my lifespan, but...
Let's hope not.
What the hell was that?
Most likely some form of security measure.
Well, it must not work too well if we're tripping it on the way out.
It doesn't appear to be working at all anymore.
Door's sealed. We must have triggered some kind of lockdown procedure. Not seeing any sort of emergency release or access panel. You'd expect there'd be some sort of override or...
Liv, up here. There's a control room.
Let's see.
If there's a way to get the door open, I expect that is where we'll find it.
Yes, now we just have to find a way inside.
But how? All the doors are locked. Yes, exactly. This damn contraption.
Containment protocol. Please proceed to the infirmary for further instructions.
Good enough.
Yeah, let's check it out.
An infirmary, right next to security.
Yeah. Strange. You know, this place looks familiar. Let's have a look around.
Why have medical beds in such close proximity to security and the habitat?
Could be a few of the occupants were immunocompromised.
Perhaps.
Anyway, keep looking. We need to find a way into that control room.
There's a small door over here.
Probably an access point for maintenance.
Could give us a way into the control room.
Let's see if we can find a way to get it open.
We might have been able to leave through this airlock, if only you had an EVA suit.
Hold on. I remember this. This is where we were first brought on board.
I remember Juno cycled the pressure too fast, and
You what?
Well, I may have vomited all over the airlock.
Oh. Well. The good news is, the door is sealed.
Probably for the best.
This control panel appears to be sealed, though what it actually controls, I'm not sure.
only one way to find out.
Well, only one quick way.
Cut the panel off?
Exactly.
I found a way to access the maintenance ducts,
Nice work.
but the controls are faulty. The accessway won't stay open long enough for me to get inside.
Scoot over, maybe I can hold it open for you. Didn't see much light up there, by the way.
I assume my headlamp still works?
Should do. Just press the switch on either side of your head.
Headlamp checks out. Good to go.
Right. I'll hold open the hatch. You head up into the ducts. Ready?
Ready.
There, it's open. Head on up. What do you see?
Very little. I suspect these ducts have not been accessed in quite some time.
See if you can find a path to the control room. Fingers crossed, the vents will give us access to that control room. There has to be a way to get into the control room.
I'll keep you posted. I think we may be coming up on the control room. Stand by. There's some grating blocking access to the control room. I might be able to cut through.
Do it. Not like anyone's gonna notice.
Jack, over here. See anything resembling door controls up there?
Give me a moment to investigate. What about this drone?
I think it's seen better days.
It lacks power.
Maybe there's a charging port.
Perhaps. This appears to be some sort of recharge station, similar to the induction panels on the Kronos.
Well, let's see if it'll wake the drone up.
Worth a try. Recharging.
You're thinking it might be of some use.
The unit's drive data might still be salvageable.
Without your scanner, you'll need Popcorn to extract the data. Popcorn, you can help him out there, yeah?
There's an emergency override switch embedded into the console here. It's not immediately clear how to access it.
You'd think they'd want the emergency override to be easily accessible. In case of, you know, emergencies.
Seems he might have hit upon something.
I think he just passed an objective to my ARM computer.
A bit bossy, aren't you?
Popcorn has passed me the security code. 1451.
Well, let's give it a try.
Override unlocked.
That did it. Security's lifted. Come on out of there. I'll meet you in the next corridor.
On our way. Come on, Popcorn. Let's go.
Great, well done in there.
Yes, yes, you too.
Well, there's actually a tram here. I was starting to worry...
Captain Rhodes, can you hear me?
Juno?
Juno, your signal is very faint.
The power grid is continuing to collapse. In order to depart, two problems need to be resolved. One, the tram is disengaged from the transit rail line. The second issue is that the exit airlock has been damaged. I'm uploading the schematics for the tram station to the captain's wrist computer.
Juno.
Ah, delightful. She uploaded the tram schematics. These look, a bit in-depth. Right, let's see. Moving tram from maintenance rail to transit rail. See rail cross index walkthrough, which is...
Inaccessible without P clearance.
lovely.
Or... Popcorn can just point out the rail lines. Also wax.
Not entirely sure, but I believe that's Popcorn speak for this is the maintenance rail. And this is obviously the transit rail. The one that actually goes somewhere. So we'll need to get the tram over to it.
She also mentioned the tram airlock is no longer functional.
Right. That's the other issue. Here, let's multitask. I'll take a look at the airlock while you tackle the tram.
Divide and conquer.
Well, at least one of those.
What's first?
Well, these instructions are somewhat dense. It mentions aligning 4 stasis projectors alongside the tram. These must be them.
Align stasis projectors. I'm on it.
Right. Now, let's see how damaged this airlock actually is.
The tram line appears to lead to a central transit hub.
Let's hope it gets functioning nice and simple.
I give it reasonable odds.
Oh, bollocks. They've really mucked up these controls.
Can they be repaired?
Definitely not. Well, maybe. I'll keep you posted.
Do you know anything about this stasis technology?
Seems to be pretty common tech around here. The projectors generate a stasis field that holds things in place. It's all over the station. Drawers, desk holders. It's pretty impressive.
Liv, this console has been damaged. Why would someone destroy the controls?
Probably something to do with the evacuation. Let's just hope we didn't need those.
The tram appears undamaged.
Yeah. It's nice to catch a break. At least every once in a while.
There's a second tram over here.
Well, let's start with getting one tram operational before we quit our day jobs and become tram engineers.
It appears I can slide the stasis projectors laterally.
Yes. 4 total, looks like.
Projector in place. Projector arm extended.
Excellent. You just need to pump it a few times. So they're extended all the way.
Acknowledged. Second projector in place.
Warning. Life support failure. Please proceed to the nearest evacuation point.
Liv,
Yeah, I heard, thanks.
don't worry. Oxygen levels remain well above nominal. There's still time to get you somewhere safe. All projectors locked in place.
Excellent. Okay, still need to raise the projector arms.
All projector arms raised.
Easy peasy. It also mentions a release control panel that should be located below the tram.
I'm on it.
Everything all right over there?
Unsure yet.
Maybe try looking for a release control. The diagram here shows it being beneath the tram.
I found the tram release control.
Great. Let's see what happens.
Tram released.
Okay, nice work. Let's see here. Page 1138. Words. Looks like the next step is moving the tram itself over. Well, this will be a new hurdle.
Oh, what's that?
It mentions a tram control console. You know, the one you found that's busted.
Are there alternatives?
I don't know. Maybe see if there's a manual control?
You mentioned manual controls.
That I did. Try checking around the damaged console. Maybe there's some alternate means of activation.
I found a sealed auxiliary panel.
It's worth a look. Let's get it open.
I've located a manual transfer control.
That's a relief. Just about wrapped up these airlock repairs. How are things looking on your end?
I'm nearly finished here as well. The tram's now aligned underneath the transit rail.
Well done, Jack.
Chiron Station. Rapid transit online. Now boarding.
Shall we? There's a control panel in the front. Mind doing the honors?
Destination set. Please prepare for departure.
Hold on to something, Jack.
Departing for transit hub in 3, 2, 1. Airlock cycle complete. For your safety, please hold on. Accelerating to transit speed in 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god. This place is massive.
Far more expensive than even the holomap implied.
So, where is everyone? What could have happened here?
It is difficult to determine the station's condition from this distance.
Well, I'm not getting my hopes up. Wait,
Something wrong.
do you see them? Up ahead in the cavern. Oh my god. It's the biomass.
It must be reacting to the energy flowing through the tram line.
Wait. Are we... We're slowing down.
The tram is on autopilot. Controls are locked until we reach the end of the line. Well, you did want to know what happened to the station.
Right. Serves me right for asking. Is it possible to feel utterly blindsided and at the same time completely unsurprised?
Approaching destination. Stand by for deceleration. Please hold on. Reducing speed in 3, 2, 1.
At least there's one thing we know Juno was telling the truth about.
What's that?
That probably was a lot safer in the lab.
Now arriving at Chiron Station, Central Transit Hub.
Looks clear, as far as I can tell. Let's have a look around, see what we can find.
Welcome to Chiron Station. Today's date is 24 April 2537.
Right. Well, at least the big holographic tree still works.
Indeed. It's possible the power grid is more stable in this area. The hydroponic system must have failed, and judging by the condition of these plants, that was some time ago.
What is this?
There's an inscription here. Dedicated to all those we have lost. Devoted to all those we have yet to save.
Doesn't exactly paint a rosy picture, does it?
All the routes are inaccessible.
Seems we were lucky that we managed to get the Hab A-tram functioning.
The rate of decline in these O2 stats appears to confirm the issue is indeed power-related, rather than a problem with the environmental system itself. That may indicate there are more hospitable conditions elsewhere on the station. At least that would be my hope.
Warning. Environmental systems compromised. Atmosphere suboptimal.
Still no life support.
We still have time. We'll find a stable environment. Don't worry.
Who's worried?
Chiron Station. Dedicated 10th of March, 2522. Lux hominum vita.
Light of the life of mankind.
Curious.
What'd you find? No harm in a second guess.
Transportation to Habitat B is currently unavailable. In case of an emergency, contact the station's directory.
Not been touched in ages. This is a dead end. Let's keep looking. I'm going up.
These plants have not been attended to for quite some time.
Jack? Up here. Tell me what that looks like to you.
There's an emblem here. The Polaris Initiative. The name suggests some sort of scientific or exploratory endeavor.
That is an Atlas ship. What's a ship from our time doing here?
I brought it here.
Juno?
Hello, Captain Rhodes. Jack. I'm glad to see you're still safe.
Juno? Are you saying this is your ship?
That's a complicated question. The ship is my home, but it doesn't belong to me.
Then who does it belong to?
I'm afraid I'm not permitted to disclose that information.
Imagine my shock.
I am sorry, Captain Rhodes. I would tell you if I could, but my directives...
What about life support? Does the ship still have atmosphere?
The ship is currently suffering the same power disruptions as the station. However, if one were to cycle the ship's reactor...
Then we'd have life support.
In theory.
How do we get on board?
The docking platform is in the next sector, through the security checkpoint. I can show you the way.
Hold on. You're not allowed to tell us anything about the ship itself, but helping us get on board, that's no problem.
My primary directive is to keep you alive, and the best way to do that is to get you on board the ship. This way.
Your home is a bit antiquated.
Apart from a few rare exceptions, most spacefaring vessels currently in use are actually just refits of older, well-tested models. The door's sealed. I will need a moment to bypass the security constraints.
So, you're really not part of the station?
I am what's known as a transient program, capable of gaining limited access to a variety of different networks. But I consider the ship to be my true home. There we are.
Never thought I'd see an Atlas ship out the window again.
Do you think it's safe, following Juno to that ship? There's clearly a lot more she has yet to tell us.
Yeah, but not by choice. Somebody's pulling her strings. And I'll bet whoever it is, they're on that ship.
Looks like we've got another door on the blink.
Let's get a closer look.
Can you see anything? What is that?
That is a text. Two, actually. There's another one in here as well, beating on the door.
I'm sorry, you say that like I'm supposed to know what it means? Oh.
Ticks are an evolved form of the biomass.
How do you mean, evolved?
Accelerated evolutionary growth is an inherent physiological trait in all biomass forms. It's one of the main reasons that biomass is so resilient.
Why does it keep following me like that?
Ticks instinctually seek out the closest viable energy source, which in this case happens to be you.
Oh, lovely. Alright, so now what do we do?
The only way we can proceed is by removing those ticks.
Well, let's have a look around then. There's got to be some way to get rid of these things.
It seems likely this form of biothreat is closely related to the spore variant we are more familiar with.
It's amazing that despite all the odds, they somehow got uglier. It'd be easier to see without this thing trying to eat my face.
There isn't any way to get this door open.
So long as that tick is leeching its power, the door is inoperable.
You see anything that might help?
What about that disposal unit?
That might work. You'll just need to find a way to get them into the chute. It will be dangerous, but I don't see any other option. You'll need to clear the area before boarding the ship.
How the hell are we supposed to clear the room if we can't even get inside?
According to the station schematics, there should be another way to access the security checkpoint through the loading bay. It's just this way.
It's awfully dark in there. Are you sure it's safe?
I'm seeing a considerable biomass presence on the other side.
Shit.
Captain Rhodes, I'm afraid this means you'll have to stay behind.
What?
Jack and I will continue through the loading bay. Once we clear the docking terminal...
No, absolutely not.
I'm sorry, Captain, but I cannot allow you to proceed. The risk is far too great.
Well, if it's too risky for me, it's too risky for Jack.
It's all right, Liv. I was built for this.
You were built for this. I know, you've gotten used to thinking of yourself as... invincible, but you're not. Not anymore. If you go in there with only one shell and something happens, you could...
Actually, Captain, I think there may be a way for Jack to avoid that possibility.
Yeah, you can avoid it by not going.
As I was scanning the loading bay, I detected a working fabricator in the adjacent section. If Jack and I can get it powered on, we should be able to use it to scan his architecture into the station's database.
So... you're saying he'd be able to reboot again?
Exactly.
From what I can see, the biomass appears to be dormant. The risk is minimal.
And how long do you suppose that will last?
I promise, Captain. I won't let Jack do anything that might put him in jeopardy.
All right.
All right. If we're gonna do this, let's do it. Just watch yourself in there, okay? I'll be waiting back at the security entrance.
Understood. I'll see you on the other side.
Let's maybe mind our phrasing, yeah?
Oh, I didn't mean...
It's all right. I know what you meant. Good luck. Popcorn.
I'll unlock the door for you. Stand by. Ready when you are. Jack, up here. The emergency power switch is in this control room.
How do I get inside?
You'll need to go through the maintenance ducts. There should be an access way nearby.
You're sure all the biomass in this sector is dormant?
As sure as it can be. Of course, that will change once we get emergency power back online.
But by then he'll be able to reboot, right?
It will take a minute or two to get Jack scanned into the system, but that is more or less correct. Ah, there you are. This override switch will restore emergency power to the local grid. Emergency power has been restored. The door to the loading bay is unlocked.
What about the fabricator?
Online and ready to scan. Jack, if you'll follow me. Just climb inside and we'll begin. This will only take a few moments.
New template created. Echo Unit Series 11. Initializing fixed tomographic scan. Mapping target composition. Replicating internal functionality. Linking neural matrix to network. Scan complete.
Did it work?
Scan output shows no errors. Neural connection is green. Yes, it worked.
You're sure?
From this point forward, if Jack's shell becomes damaged or destroyed, he will automatically reprint at the nearest working fabricator.
Well, Jack? How do you feel?
More or less the same.
That's it?
The scan procedure wasn't particularly invasive. My cortical functions remained largely unaltered, apart from having my reboot ability restored, of course.
Right. Just that one tiny little life-saving detail.
It's unfortunate that fabricators are incapable of replicating organic matter. Otherwise, Captain, we'd be able to scan you into the system as well.
Right. Well, the important thing is Jack's back to normal.
We're all done here. Jack, I've reopened the access hatch. Make your way back through the maintenance duct. I'll be waiting for you by the entrance to the loading bay.
On my way.
Be careful. Restoring emergency power has awakened the biomass, so unless you're planning to test your new reboot ability, I would avoid all contact.
Understood.
Well done making it through unharmed. It's clear you've had extensive experience with the biomass.
More than enough, yes.
Now then, this corridor will take us through the loading bay and back around to the rear entrance of the security room. After you, Jack.
Liv, we are moving into the loading bay.
Copy that. Keep me posted on comms, alright?
Of course.
I'll continue to scan the station's database for any additional schematics or equipment that might be of use.
Sure, you do that. Good luck in there, Jack.
The way ahead is through this door. But if you try to open it now, the tick is sure to attack you. We should find a way to pacify it, before we even attempt opening the door.
What is this panel in the floor?
An electrical bypass. It allows you to direct emergency power to various systems in the area. You can use your cutter to gain access.
Juno, what is this crane used for?
It utilizes a zero-point energy stasis field to carry and sort incoming cargo. At least when it's powered on. Its primary power source is currently offline. You can lift the lever to reroute power. Ah, so the bypass powers the crane arm. That will certainly keep the tick occupied. Now we should be able to safely open the door. We're fortunate the store has an emergency release. Not all of them do.
Is this crane mobile?
I believe so. You should be able to use the overhead handles to push it along the rail, or use the turning wheel to rotate the arm.
I assume I'll need to cut through this panel as well.
Simply cutting through the bolts should suffice. No sense causing excess damage.
Right. Wouldn't want to compromise the pristine condition of the station now, would we?
Now just pull the release handle and the door will unlatch. That's it. You should be able to slide the door open. use holding the rail to anchor yourself as you move the crane. Watch yourself. There are 2 more ticks at the end of the corridor. Another tick. Take care moving forward.
Copy that. Another bypass.
It probably powers something in this room. You can use your cutter to open it, just like the last time. Doors powering up.
What's in these containers?
Dietary provisions, most likely. Salt, coffee, various synthetic grains.
Whoa, wait. Back up. You found coffee?
I wouldn't advise drinking this coffee, Captain. I'm sure it's past its expiry date.
How far past?
Liv, the containers are infested with biomass.
They're do you know? Maybe next time lead with that?
Power rerouted. It appears the transformer on the far wall is now live.
The tick is still focused on the door.
So long as the tick has a power source to feed on, it won't bother searching for another. That did it. Well done. You'll need to repower the door before continuing.
Oopsie.
More ticks in the next room.
We'll need some way to distract them. This crane arm is already online.
The slider is unlocked. You should be able to move the crane just like before.
That looks to be our best option for distracting those ticks.
If you can find a way to lure them out.
Door powered down. Got it.
Skillful work, Echo One.
Stupid ass door. Door's fucking ignorant.
Door power restored.
This is concerning. I didn't realize the infestation was so prevalent in this area of the facility.
What exactly happened here?
There was a biomass outbreak.
I'll bet it's your attention to detail that sets you apart from all the other AIs.
There's not much more I can tell you without violating my directives.
Well, what about the crew? Are they really all gone?
All 118 souls aboard the station have either perished or were evacuated.
So then, what the hell are we doing here?
After your unexpected arrival aboard the Estrella, I was directed to bring you somewhere safe.
This is safe.
Well, the habitat was safe at the time. Now the ship is our only option.
Brilliant.
I'm guessing there's no way to open this door.
Unfortunately, no. The infestation is too severe. You will need to find another way around. This door is completely disconnected from the power grid. It will need an external power source.
Like a battery.
Precisely. Door powered up.
How much farther, Juno?
Nearly there. The security room is just on the other side of this depot.
I assume we'll find more tick swarms?
Technically, the correct term for a group of ticks is a murder.
Appropriate.
I suppose. I always found the term a little too on the nose.
What are we gonna do with a dead fucking battery? Gotta reach.
Quite a sizable crane.
It also has greater freedom of movement, capable of sliding
Nope.
in 4 directions rather than just 2.
Kick. Where'd it go?
If you look up, there is a second set of rails attached to the crane. Utilizing both rails should allow you to position the crane nearly anywhere in the room.
They're caught. I gotta go catch that piece.
Juno, you said earlier that you were directed to bring us here.
That's correct.
Or directed by who? I get it. You can't answer that.
Let's just focus on getting you to safety. I suspect much will be made clear once we have you secure aboard the ship. Battery locked in. Door online.
Jack! You made it.
Is everything all right?
Well, I still have a mindless tentacle monster trying with all its might to eat my face. But he hasn't actually managed to do it yet, so all in all, I'd say things are going pretty well. Listen, why don't I keep this little bugger occupied while you deal with the one on the door? Juno, you can help him out there, right?
I believe so.
Disposal unit powered on. Now how do I eject the ticks?
The tick is siphoning power from the disposal unit. You'll have to use the manual ejection switch.
Way to go, Jack.
Just one more to go.
Is there some way to open these shutters?
The controls are inoperable.
I can't just force them open?
I suppose you could try. Though the mechanism locking them in place is quite robust, it would require a considerable amount of force to break it. The creature does seem to be quite fond of the captain. Perhaps we can use that to our advantage. Oh, I must say, you made that look incredibly easy.
He does that.
Hello?
Liv, come over to the door.
Whatever you need.
Could you move back?
Yeah, I'll back off.
That's it. We're clear.
Confirmed. Room secure.
Nicely done. Now, Juno, if you would, please.
Jack, I need you to repower the door so I can open it.
Of course you do.
What's the hold up with the door? Something wrong?
Jack, it would really be best if you could repower the door.
Appreciate it. Are you alright?
Of course. Somehow I managed to make it through the loading bay unscathed.
Was that a brag I just heard?
Well, it was rather remarkable.
Don't encourage him.
The important thing is we're finally clear of the biomass.
Captain Rhodes.
What is it?
More biomass.
Oh, Juno. You're kidding me right now with this.
Wish you fucking pushing me.
No, you're not kidding.
Not to worry, Captain. I already have a solution. While sorting through the station's database, I managed to locate a set of design specs for a protective EVA suit.
An EVA suit? With an air supply?
A limited air supply. We'll still want to get you to a stable environment as soon as possible. More importantly, the suit will provide limited protection against the biomass. I've already queued up the schematic. All you have to do is enter the fabricator, and we can begin.
Can't we just print the suit and I'll put it on out here?
The fabricator will perfectly form the suit to fit your body. It only takes a moment.
Okay.
Captain, you have to hold still.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. Juno, you could have warned me this was going to feel so weird.
How would I know?
Well, what do you think? Bit of a step up, wouldn't you say?
Practically anything would be an improvement over your old Kronos suit.
What makes you say that?
Well, for a start, this suit isn't being held together by duct tape.
Yeah, well, give it time. Come on, let's go.
Give me a moment to open the door. The ship is just up ahead.
Oh, I almost forgot how nauseating this stuff looks up close.
Bitch.
No cause for
Get me
alarm.
killed by
Your
pushing
suit's
me.
filtration system is designed specifically to handle airborne contaminants. You'll remain safe as long as direct contact is avoided.
I was more worried about my eyes, actually. Is the ship not connected to the station?
Given the risk of contamination, the ship remains severed from the facility. Only under the most extreme circumstances...
I'd say this qualifies.
Of course, Captain. Stand by while I extend the gangway. Once inside, I suggest making your way to the bridge. From there...
Yeah, I'm familiar. From the cockpit, I can use the number 2 engineering panel to cycle the reactor and bring the ship in.
That's correct.
Juno, are you not coming with us?
All the power disruptions have rendered me unable to connect to the ship's mainframe. Once the power levels normalize, I should be able to join you on board. Good luck.
God. What are the odds?
What do you mean, Liv?
Oh, nothing. It's just... I grew up on a ship almost exactly like this one. It was part of the Solar Colonial Initiative.
How long do you suppose it's been in service?
No idea. We just have to find someone and ask.
Attention. Atmospheric pressure normal. Oxygen levels normal.
Well, that's promising.
Hello? Anyone here?
Nothing. I think it's just us, Jack. Well, let's have a look, shall we?
The crude nature of this repair is a bit troubling.
Oh, I don't know. Bit of character never killed anyone.
What about loss of atmosphere?
This place...
It's kind of nice, actually.
It's... nice?
Well, it's a relic, to be sure, but seeing something familiar, something from our time. It's the closest to home we've been in what feels like an eternity. Well, this is telling. Look.
It reads 2124. This ship was only 2 years old when we left.
Damn. The bridge door's unpowered.
Is there another way?
Pioneer-class ships like this have only one hatchway to the bridge. So no. We'll need to get resourceful. Let's look around.
Here's a way to the bridge. This poster looks similar to the ones on display in the habitat.
Except that one is an original, not a replica. And in good condition too. Especially as it's 4 centuries old.
These cargo containers are designated for terraforming equipment.
Probably used to store spare parts for Atmo processors.
Spent a lot of time around tech like this.
Because of your parents.
Yeah. Both Mum and Dad worked terraforming missions, carting us back and forth across the system. My brother liked to play hide and seek in the ship's cargo hold.
There is both an activation pod and a fabricator.
The fabricator is definitely not original to the ship. Likely taken from the station.
Given the vessel's apparent age, perhaps it has been refitted.
Yeah. Probably several times over at this point.
Could this be a source of power?
Hello? She's not gonna answer.
I'm betting it's the reactor.
I'm entirely unfamiliar with this design. How certain are you?
Not at all. But its location matches this ship type, and with all these wires snaking out, seems the most likely suspect. I say we turn it on and find out. If it works, the ship should start generating its own power again.
Which would give us stable life support.
Exactly. What in the... I'll see if there's a way to turn it on directly. Do you want to give the room a once-over in case there's an external control? Oh, Jack. That console just kept...
The wires feed into some sort of switch.
Okay, well, give it a try. It could be linked to the reactor. Ah, here we go. Unfortunately, not controls for the reactor. It's a console for a cargo lift. I'll try lowering it. See if it leads to something useful. Whoa, wait a minute.
Warning. Biomass threat detected. Containment protocols engaged.
Jack, come look at this. These canisters are holding ticks in some sort of stasis.
There is a device on top.
Oh, right. It's emitting some sort of energy field.
Could the field be keeping them docile?
I think you're right. Look, they have no idea we're here.
Juno,
What the hell?
do you copy?
Who's... Jack, you can hear that, right? I've not gone daft.
It would appear Juno is not alone after all.
Juno, respond. What's happening over there?
This is Captain Olivia Rhodes. Who are you?
Olivia Rhodes. What are you doing on my ship?
Your ship?
Yes, my ship. What are you doing out of the habitat?
We lost power. Juno brought us here to try and get life support.
Never mind. Just stay where you are. I'll be there as soon as I finish rebooting the ship's power grid. Harlan, out.
Wait. Jack, if he reboots the power grid, what would that mean for these containment canisters? If they lose power, maybe we should find out from farther away. Nothing wrong with being a bit cautious.
Containment protocols engaged.
No, damn it. We're locked in.
We can remove the biomass by raising the lift.
Right. I've got the lift controls. Get me power again. I'll start the lift as soon as the console's active. Got it. Sending lift now. Come on, come on, come on!
Power cycle initiated.
No! We're not gonna make it!
Auxiliary power initializing.
Shit! 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 Jack! It's locked!
Lift.
My God! That's it! Jack! They're everywhere!
Reaction core controls initializing. Conduit connected. Conduit connected. Reaction core primed and ready for ignition.
Holy shit. Thanks, Jack. That was too close.
Of course, Liv.
Jack? You're glitching.
FTL engaged.
Liv.
What's happening?
Athena, report.
Sensors reading unidentified spatial anomaly in this sector.
Cross-check Atlas database for similar phenomena.
Acknowledged. No records found. Recommend mission abort.
Negative. Maintain course. The Kronos II remains priority.
Acknowledged. Delta Actual.
13. Delta 13. You appear to be in distress.
Who is Delta 13?
I will take your response as confirmation.
Delta 6, is there a problem?
I suppose that depends, Actual. Does Delta 13 often forget their own designation?
Athena, 13 appears to be malfunctioning. Please advise.
Possible EM interference from the anomaly. Warning. Electromagnetic event detected.
That was interference from the anomaly.
Affirmative. Recommend all units perform cursory systems check.
Proceed.
Units, please verify your operational status. Delta Actual.
Online.
Delta 9.
Online.
Delta 6.
Online?
Delta 13.
You're supposed to say online.
Delta 13.
Online.
Confirmed. Delta 13 appears to have recovered. The results may be temporary. Recommend monitoring unit for further malfunctions.
Acknowledged. Delta 6. Delta 13 is your responsibility until further notice.
Acknowledged. Engaging chaperone protocol. Delta 13, please confirm.
Confirmed.
Excellent. Command hierarchy verified.
Be advised, approaching Kronos II mining facility. Distance 4,800 meters.
Did she say we are approaching the Kronos II?
Affirmative.
The station went dark several days ago. We're here to determine why.
The station was destroyed when an unknown vessel arrived through temporal displacement. The ensuing debris impacts resulted in catastrophic damage.
That is an oddly specific theory.
It's not a theory. I was there.
Delta Actual, short-range communications have intercepted a pre-recorded distress call from the Kronos II captain.
Patch it through.
Titan Command, if you're out there, this is Captain Olivia Rhodes. Kronos II is lost. Say again, my station has been compromised. We were hit by a devil storm caused by the arrival of an unknown vessel in our sector. Damage is catastrophic. Honestly.
That is my captain, Olivia Rhodes.
What do you mean, 13?
My name is Jack. I served on the Kronos II.
Jack. From the Kronos II. If that were true, how are you here now?
I'm still figuring that out.
Proximity alert. Sensors detecting unknown devices in the area.
Isolate and enhance. Identify.
No matching records. The design suggests weaponization, threat assessment, and deterrent.
Are there other ships in the area?
Scanning. The SCI Ithaca and accompanying fleet are on course to pass within 47 kilometers of this location.
That's too close. We need to establish a warning beacon. No civilian vessel should. Athena, report.
Warning, electromagnetic event imminent.
That was unconventional.
It only gets worse.
Recommend maintaining a minimum safe distance from the anomaly.
Acknowledge. Begin deceleration for deployment. Prioritize threat assessment.
Initiating emergency deceleration. Vectoring to nearest device. Deceleration complete. Be advised, the nearest device is directly off the port bow.
Understood. Delta 9, take point with me. Deploy recon sats.
Affirmative.
Beginning assessment. Secondary objective, establish a warning beacon. Remaining Delta units deploy now.
That's us, 13.
Recon Sat 3 indicates the device may be a form of torpedo. Moving to secure.
Let's get moving.
Biological agents detected.
Warning, third electromagnetic event imminent. Anomaly pulse detected.
All units brace for impact.
Jack! Jack! It's okay. It's me. It's Liv.
Liv?
Jack! You're alright.
Liv. Something's happened. I'm not entirely sure how to describe it.
I pulled your memory archive while you were out. Your logs are flooded with all this bizarre data. Delta Squad, bio-torpedoes, something called the Ithaca. Jack, what is all this? What's going on?
Liv, I saw the Kronos. I saw our old station.
Come again?
I was on a ship, a shuttle. There were other Echo units, a military detachment sent to investigate what happened to the Kronos.
Okay. Maybe you're not so alright after all. Called that one a little too early.
It's not a malfunction. I was there. I was home.
Okay. I believe you. Listen, there's something you need to know. While you were out, I had a chance to meet with the captain of this ship.
The man we heard over the comms?
His name is Dr. Harlan. He said... He told me...
Liv, what is it? What's wrong?
You know what? It's probably better if you just see it for yourself. We can get a closer look at your memory archive while we're at it. Come on, follow me.
Cycling the ship's power grid disabled the insulation fields, allowing the ticks to escape.
What about the FTL?
Damage to the drive assembly is negligible, but the incident has completely drained our fuel cells.
Listen, this Dr. Harlan isn't what you might call the cheeriest of souls. He might take some getting used to. Juno, I have Jack. Can you let us up?
I did warn you the station's generator was temperamental.
And how much longer can the ship operate on emergency power?
Maintaining our current energy draw, a few hours.
So, it's an FTL drive.
Can't imagine what it must have taken to refit a ship this old with such advanced tech.
At least now we know what it does.
Well, we know what it's supposed to do. Pretty sure whatever happened back there wasn't normal.
Yes, that much I can confirm.
Dr. Harlan?
Jack, you finally recovered. I was beginning to think the blast from the FTL had obliterated your neural matrix.
So, you're the android. The Echo Unit.
So, you're Dr. Harlan.
Well done. Your powers of deductive reasoning are a wonder to behold.
Dr. Harlan is my administrator.
You're the one who is keeping us confined in the hab.
I am. And before you ask, no. I'm not the least bit sorry for it. I did what I did for your own safety, if that wasn't painfully obvious by now, as well as to protect the integrity of my work.
And what sort of work do you do?
Dr. Harlan is a geneticist, specializing in the study of biomass forms.
Specifically the study of how to eliminate biomass forms.
Correct.
Dr. Harlan, I need you to show Jack what you showed me.
I have work to do. He's your android. You explain it to him.
He needs to see it.
Captain, perhaps I can be of some assistance.
Dr. Harlan?
Come on, Jack. This way.
Excuse me, Dr. Harlan.
Jack? Dr. Harlan would prefer not to be disturbed. I do apologize. Are you certain you want to see this again, Captain?
Just pull it up.
Very well.
Jack, where are you going?
What exactly am I looking at?
The future. All this orange you're seeing on the map? That's all biomass. That's how far it's spread.
To date, the infection has consumed approximately 56% of the habitable solar system.
Including Earth.
How did all this happen?
It starts with us.
With us?
With the destruction of the Kronos. 7 October, 2126. Your station, the Kronos II, is almost completely destroyed when an unknown vessel suddenly appears in your sector.
The Estrella.
Correct.
When the Estrella traveled back to our time, it brought the biomass with it. And when we left...
The infection stayed behind.
Are we starting to see where this is going?
In the days following the incident, a fleet of Atlas survey ships unknowingly passed through the infected zone. Most of the fleet's crew complement is consumed by the biomass. The infected fleet proceeds along its predetermined course toward Earth. One by one, the now crippled vessels collide with the planet's surface, unleashing a global infestation. Humanity has no defense.
Billions of people. Most of the planet. Just... gone.
The remnants of humankind are scattered across the solar system. But without any means to combat the spread of the biomass,
It's only a matter of time. All those people.
in truth, the initial death toll would likely have been higher had it not been for the captain of the Ithaca, who managed
Wait, the Ithaca?
The Ithaca was the flagship of the returning fleet.
Ithaca. I've seen that name before.
Hardly surprising. The Ithaca...
I remember it as well. I heard it when I was in the past.
When you were what?
Oh, that's it. That's where I saw it. In your memory logs. I've got the data right here. Look. Jack, would you mind running us through what we're seeing here?
I recall overhearing the ship was expected to arrive in Saturn orbit within a few days.
I don't understand. For that to be true, these logs would have to be from 2126. A full 3 months before the Ithaca crashed on Earth.
I know it seems unlikely, but my memory logs are correct. For a brief few minutes, I was in the past.
This is why your memory was so fragmented. In the control room. Because you went back in time.
Not physically. Just my data. My consciousness. I believe the FTL accident may have briefly opened another temporal anomaly, disabling my shell and forcing my protocols to transfer to another echo unit.
400 years in the past.
Evidently.
You believe Jack's account, Captain?
It makes sense. A botched FTL jump is the whole reason we're in this mess to begin with.
It's the only explanation.
That is difficult to dispute.
Juno, you with us?
Oh, apologies, Captain. I was distracted.
Something wrong?
I'm not sure. Can we access this memory block?
Just a sec.
Just as I thought.
What are we looking at here?
Some form of weapon I encountered while in the past.
Dr. Harlan.
Not now.
As I recall, they're fitted with a form of biomass payload.
Oh, lovely.
Dr. Harlan.
Still not now.
Dr. Harlan, you should really take a look at this.
What part of not now do you not understand?
What? What is it?
The torpedo appears to be undetonated.
What's that supposed to mean?
Where did you pull this image from?
This is from one of Jack's recent memory logs.
Recent memory logs?
It's difficult to explain. It may or may not involve time travel.
I'm sorry, what?
We can parse out the details later. Right now, Doctor, you do realize what this could mean.
Solution.
Solution to what? Will someone please tell me what the hell's going on?
Right. Come with me.
You're studying these weapons, these bio-torpedoes.
They're not weapons so much as incubators. Inside each one is a sampling of the biomass-based genetic material. The infection in its purest form. All you need to know is this. If I could manage to sequence this material, I am confident I could develop a means to eliminate the biomass.
You're saying a cure?
It's what I've been searching for. But every torpedo I've encountered has been detonated. I've never seen one with its payload still intact.
But I have.
If that's true, then you may have just found the key to saving what's left of humanity.
Dr. Harlan, I'm afraid we may have more pressing matters.
Juno's right. Energy reserves are dipping into the red. I suggest we table this conversation until we find a way to restore the station's generator.
Dr. Harlan, what else can you tell us about this cure?
A great deal, I'm sure. But not right now. Right now we need to get the generator back online, or it's going to get uncomfortable in here.
Doctor, this is the part where you ask us for help.
How do we fix the generator?
Fixing the generator isn't the problem. The problem is getting to it. The generator facility is not accessible from within the station. You need to approach from the exterior. Search the outer hull for a way inside.
With a few improvements, you should have no trouble at all.
What is today? Tuesday?
Where do we start?
Well, obviously you're going to need a new shell.
Oh shit.
I will.
Well, you can't go venturing out to the generator in that relic you're housed in now. No offense intended, of course.
Of course.
Is this really necessary?
Transferring Jack to a newer shell will allow him to more...
Dirt. I am hungry. Lunch. This. Where we left off. Haven't already. I've been up. Very soon.